back in the wonderful world of Denizens. Ha! Didn't interrupt me this time. And so let's. Well, we need a fortune pool. We'll do a brief recap and then we'll get straight into it. So yeah, who wants to start off? Jabir, would you be so kind? Roll the old d6 and let's see.
Oh my god.
Off to a
Come
bad
on.
start.
Come on, Jabir.
A 6.
That's awful.
So
Hit.
yes, for the forces of good. That's mine. Flip it to a Gandalf. Righty ho. Okay then. Shagbok. A 2. Okay, right. That's yours. Put that there. Excellent. And oh dear, Ragrot's got sniffles. Would you be so kind as to roll a d6?
What, me?
Yes, please.
Okay. 3.
3. That's yours. And then yes, Utarikna. A d6 is a 3, so we're going well. Someone want to roll for Charles? Charles is not with us right this minute. Get well soon, buddy.
Roll to see who rolls. Go on, Sam. You never do it.
5.
A
Hey,
little
well
bit
done.
better.
Nice.
Nice. Okay. Just tweak that a little bit. Tweak that a little bit. Just doing tweaking. Not twerking. Ain't doing that. Nobody wants to see that. Right. So
We all do want to see that. We all really do want to see you twerking.
take a point of corruption for trying to influence Eru.
I'll take it. Worth it.
Okay. So, right. So we've got a pool of 4. This is 1. I'll just copy that. Ready to go. And so last time.
Steve,
Yes.
but you need one for yourself as well.
No, I don't need one. Oh, yes, I do. Yeah. Thank you for the reminder. Let's roll a d6. Helen, you could have got away with that. You're too honest.
Yeah, but it's for us though. So
Oh.
now we've got another one.
No. 1. There we go.
Thanks. You're welcome for the reminder.
So, okay, last time you were sent on a mission to go and find Alan. The Search for Alan, the lesser known Star Trek movie. Insert gag reel laughter there, thank you. And you found him eventually, having been flung by yourselves the previous day. You found him in an area fairly close by, which was hard to reach. There was a hideous recreation of the Romancing the Stone episode. And some interesting dive bombing and similar happened. And then you found yourself in this swamp area, which the forest had been somewhat denuded by woodsmen who had encroached into the territory, but it was fine because Lhachglin had already taken care of it. And you met a Kraken eventually, who was a playful fellow, but you were a little put out by his presence, to say the least, and he was a little put out by you. It turned nasty, and a bit of a fracas occurred, which ended up with the Kraken bellowing its rage, which led you all to some degree or other suffer some degree of peril, being terrified by this creature. It slunk back into the water. You then spent some time patching up Alan, and let's return to the swamp and pick up the pieces. Not of Alan, because he's all right. So here you all are. And it is, I mean, you've spent the best part of the day getting there. It is, getting darker, which is a good thing because you prefer nighttime anyway. And you stand amongst, the chopped down trees, still a bit of wind whistling through the brush, the swamp water rippling. There's a foul smell, but the less we say about Ragrut and their cleanliness, the better. I mean, emerging from the swamps, of course, just ripples now in that large expanse of water close to the island where there was the tattered remains of the woodsman encampment. Just a few ripples in the water is the only evidence of there having been the Watcher in the swamp. What would you like to do?
I'm going to sniff some smelling salts straight away.
Yeah.
Wise.
I'm going to come and get some of them from Ragrut as well. Oh, look at that. I'm right next to you, Ragrut.
Yeah. How
Give
did
me
you
some of
sneak
those.
over there? I'll hand my
Wheelbarrow around you. Give them, hand them over.
I'll hand
You're
my
awesome.
spare set to the Twignut. Sniff the other lot myself. Charles has got some. He's got more.
Yeah, he's got 3.
Did the dog get upset? The dog surely must have got upset.
Do you know, we didn't roll for him, we should have done, but he kind of hid.
Yeah, I think we did. I think I did, and he
Oh, you did,
failed.
yeah.
Oh, did
So
you?
he jumped back in the bag.
So he probably is at least imperiled, technically. Technically.
Yeah.
Yeah, Charles stomps over.
You.
What? Hello? I've got to play Charles. How does he play himself? Yes.
He's just very deadpan.
Deadpan.
I hear you got some of these smelling salts.
He looks
Give
up.
us one.
Well, you hear rightly, I do have smelling salts, he says as he stomps off.
I'm not going into Charles while he's not here.
Yeah, fair, yeah.
Just say please to him and he'll give you some.
All right, please, can I have one of your smelling salts?
He reaches into his bag and pulls out a small glass vial, and hands it over to you. You just need to remove the top and waft it under your snoz, he says.
What?
Very good.
Like that?
Charles impression. Yeah.
The lid off first.
Oh, okay. Lid off.
Okay.
Smell it.
Yeah, so you can go one back up the peril track. For those who have
And
taken.
we take a corruption, right?
You
If we
do.
use the
Yeah.
spammersuits. Right, I'm going to use one as well. Snort that.
So, there's a scene of drug taking. That's ruined flipping
Everyone.
There's a scene of medication taking.
medication taking. Yes. Okay.
Let's. No, is that in combat, your peril bit? It is, isn't it?
It is indeed, yes.
Mm.
So what do I change? Having sniffed.
You go one up the peril track. Positively. Towards unimperilment.
So I've got 2 now then.
Oh, you had 3 before, did you? Oh, okay, yeah. So you're calming down a bit, really. Still really shook by the unholy raging scream of the Kraken. I don't know why they were screaming. I really can't think why that happened. And yeah, so there's just, things are sort of like settling down in the swamp, in terms of the wildlife. in the bushes, and the frogs croaking in the shallows of the swamp reassert themselves, having been startled by the fracas that went on before. Now what? Alan is still moaning in some distress and pain, and
Take him back then.
Better
giggling.
take him back then. Yeah.
Yeah, just stomp backwards.
Yeah,
Hope we
throw
can
him over
find
my
our way
shoulder.
back. Yeah, I mean, also now, did you say it's night time now?
It's getting on the evening, and you know the light of the sun is fading. I don't imagine you all have timepieces and a perfect sense of time, but it is getting
No,
towards
but I'm
night.
asking because I know Jabir can see the stars. He knows where he's going.
Looking up, you could just start to see them peeking out. So your azimuth skill will start to kick in. So
Nice.
what you would, if you
I'll
would
follow Jabir.
like to do, is a navigate, leveraging your azimuth. You might be able to find a route back that doesn't involve scrambling up a mudslide.
Do you need assist with that, or can you just do it automatic or something?
I believe it's
Would you
flipped to
assist that with?
succeed with a navigate for Jabir with azimuth. Oh no,
Yes.
plus 20, plus 20, plus 20.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay, so can somebody assist him?
Do a survival.
Yes, you could assist.
Yeah, I don't have a skill rank. so-
Never mind, he's
Oh,
done
never
it
mind.
anyway.
Done it.
Whatever,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't need you suckers.
Brilliant.
Yeah. And with the starlight, you know, starting to emerge, there's just enough of it for you to recognise, you know, one of the constellations. And that, you know, your perfect memory for the alignment of the stars across time. Think about it. Azimuth is an amazing ability, especially for a herp-dopey troll who gets distracted by butterflies, but you have an inherent sense of true north, and with that success you can start to lead everyone out of the swamp and head back to Sandgorowing in a less arduous fashion. I mean, it's still hard going, tromping through the swamp, and you know this terrain is difficult, but you head back. Let's grab you all, just in case I need you. And in the course of stomping back, is there any conversation that might be unfolding? You know, now, Eru, you know, whom I manifest, is also a part-time psychological therapist and wants to do some couples therapy between Utarigna and Shagbok, because the boys ain't on good territory here, so I'm wondering how things unfold as you walk back, trudge back, following Jabir.
Well, Rugbat's
I think probably we do the, you know, this is what we've done for years as brothers, walk side by side just moaning and, yeah, but you this, yeah, but you that, yeah, but you should this, blah, 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 you know what I mean? I'm going to be saying to you that, you know, sort of like I said in the canteen the other day, but I would try not to let, you know, all those snaggers and whatever hear us, that, you know, you've got to play the long game. Do you know what I mean? All you have to do is, you know, pretend to do as you're told for now, and then we'll be able to take over the tower. We'll have all this, you know, power and blah blah blah. You know, you have to control your temper. Be so paranoid all the time.
You're a fine one to talk, brother.
Why?
We give shoulder barges at each other now and now.
Yeah, shove at each other
Yeah.
constantly, trip each other up and shit.
You're too trusting of these people.
Don't trust them.
You don't know what's he got
Well, we
planned for us. What's he got
I
a
don't
plan
care.
for us?
Doesn't matter. It's powerful. We can take over the tower.
That's what the Witch Queen said. We could take over the world. Look what happened.
Ah, she was an idiot. She just got us to the tower. She did her bit. We don't need her anymore.
The tower that crumbled. Yeah, the one that blew up. Yeah, that one.
Oh, this one, you fool.
Oh,
The
this
new
one.
one that we're at now.
I reserve judgment.
Mutter, chanter, chanter.
Give me another card.
This goes on like all the way back to the
Yeah.
tower.
So
Ragnarok dies a lot.
and so what I'm gathering is that there's some petty recriminations, there's a bit of bickering, there's a bit of back and forth as you trudge on, and I think Charles will probably keep himself at the back, maybe fall into lockstep with Ragnarok, and you know, at some point as you trudge along in the shadow of Jabir, he says, so they always like this?
Yeah. Boring, isn't it?
Unconscionable, he says.
They was just going on about this, they're going on about that. I just want a nice warm bed and some food.
Well, yeah, well, we can get that. Hopefully, we should get back just in time for Ramsey's supper service.
I might have to smack that Aston Martin though if he calls me Whitey again.
You got to be careful of him, you know.
Why?
Well, Aston Martin, he's a racy
Why?
guy.
What do
I think no one of
Very
your
good.
tokens should come out on our side, just for that.
Oh.
Yeah.
And more to the point, you know, Ugluk favours him.
Look. Who's
Yeah.
that ugly little thing?
That's him. Yeah, I mean, beneath the mighty, powerful Lord Lich King, of course, you know, we're all worms, but slightly bigger worms are Ugluk. And, well, you know, Simon, the troll who works in the forge, he also has a fair amount of clout. He's kind of the big Olog about town amongst the Ologs, because they're their own thing. They don't really get too involved in the squabbles.
Yeah, but that idiot calling me Whitey every day, I've got to stand up for myself.
Oh, absolutely. You know, just keep your eyes peeled, because Ugluk will back him up no matter what. So if you're going to give him a bit of the what for, make sure Ugluk's not around.
Right, okay, good tip.
Yeah. And he sort of filches, you notice he filches into his bag and he pulls out a book and is leafing through it.
What's your book? What's your book? What's your book?
Well, can you keep it between you and me?
Yeah? That's good at secret.
He, you know, because everyone else is in front. I mean, the two brothers are arguing and Jabir is focused on the stars. He says, this is my secret spell book.
You got spells.
I have. Well, you work long enough in a library, you pick things up, you see. And I've been watching the master, and I've seen him. I help him out with his incantations, and I've picked up a trick or two, you know. The whirling wind around me that was protecting me. Aegis, that is.
We're two great good snaggers then, because I can fix people and you can do spells.
Yeah, well, you know, keep it. I mean, strictly speaking, I'm not sure that the master would approve. I think he knows, but I'm not sure. So I keep it. I don't remind. He floats in and out of remembering things, so I just keep it quiet. You know.
I won't tell him. I won't tell anyone. I swear.
And Q Snagadap.
So what's your best?
What?
What's your best favourite spell?
That's a great question. He says, diving into the carrot sheet hurriedly. Well, you know, I mean, I am fond of the Aegis. I can Aegis. It creates the whipping wind that you've seen around me, protects me. I can do some other useful things, like, for example, Half's Helper. All I need is a bowl of porridge, and it will summon a helpful spirit, and he'll do chores. He'll clean, he'll cobble your shoes, he'll light the fire, you know, mend your clothes. Yeah, it's really useful.
I guess. What else?
Well, if I have them, and he opens up his jacket, and inside his waistcoat he has a bandolier of silver darts. Now these are very useful, as I can shoot them magically. Magic missiles of silver.
Nice.
Yeah, you know.
You are. You're all right.
Yeah.
We hear all this.
No, you're
No, you know-
squabbling up ahead.
Now you know what we got to do next time. We got to go out and find more of them herbs and stuff. Because I nicked some off you, and I'm sorry about that now. So we need to go find more because we just used them all.
Yeah, we did. You know, there is a cupboard
Cupboard?
with supplies. Yeah.
Can we nick it?
Well, we could make an unauthorized withdrawal.
Nick it, innit?
Yeah, unauthorized withdrawal. Yeah, I think we can get the opportunity.
Do we need a library car for that?
Actually, no, but I will need to sort out your library card and the others, so I might be a bit busy, unaccountably, for the remainder of this episode.
All right, let's go to the unauthorized cupboard.
The unauthorized
First.
withdrawal cupboard, yeah. Right.
Okay, and I can make my library car.
Yeah, well, hopefully the Tate will have finished it by now. At this point, you know, Jabir, you've paused momentarily to get your bearings, and then you change tack somewhat, and you continue. It's another hour's stomp. I mean, you're all pretty tired, still feeling the effects of your encounter with the Kraken, and are somewhat relieved to find yourself entering from the other side of this a valley, mountains cresting around you, the mountains of Mirkwood, and there stood in the centre of the lake is that massive black rock, your home, Son Gorrowing. When you arrive, you find Ringo, who's operating the door, as you stomp up the stairwell to get up a level to where the entry is. You know, the portcullis raise, and Ringo looks at you, and then he's definitely failed his herb dirt. He's just glassy-eyed, staring at you as you tromp in with all the mud and the muck and filth and everything. No one bats an eyelid, and then he comes to and goes, "You're needed upstairs."
We just got back.
You have to go upstairs first.
We take this Alan with us.
No.
we do with him then?
Give him here.
Alright.
And Alan
Uh,
is so you pop him off your shoulder, and he's in a terrible way, but Ringo will just grab him with one hand and look at him and go, he's breathing. And Alan is
I fixed him a bit, but he needs a bit more fixing, I think. Or at least some soup or something. He's had a lot of drugs.
he tucks him under his armpit and stomps off with him. Portcullis descend. And one of the other trolls who's
I've
guardian.
spent this time wiping my feet on the rug as we get in, even though it makes no difference because we're absolutely caked in mud and shit. But at least I'm trying to clean my boots so I don't tread it all over the tower.
I mean, all they do really is occasionally scatter some more sawdust and dirt around to cover up the other dirt. You probably pick up more dirt from the rug than you've actually got on your feet.
Sure.
But then you can...
I purposely haven't done that. I've got really muddy boots.
I see.
I think the conversation that me and my brother have had all the way back is really clearly our clash of our ambitions, our alignments. Because mine is ambition and yours is rebellion. So I do think that eventually we should get fortune points for that, leaning into our order and chaos ranks.
I hear you. Take that under advisement.
Okay. I'm going straight up to where we're sent, upstairs.
Yeah, you can take 3 corruption for shilling the GM though.
I'll take it if I get a fortune point as well.
That's another point for shilling the GM again.
I'll take it as long as I get the point. Keep going.
Your corruption is rampant. Okay, we're going to hit the ceiling in a minute.
But how's my fortune points?
I agree with Victor Ringo.
About to improve.
Did I?
But haven't improved yet. Right, so you stomp your way up. And, of course, sort of like up from the entry library level, you catch a glimpse, actually, of Shazguth still in that armchair, but fast asleep, cradling a book.
I'm tempted to go and pinch a bag full of drugs, but also we're on a... I mean, Ringo didn't say that the boss called us personally, did he? For all we know, that could be like,
He's pointed at Rograt, hasn't he?
You're pretty...
Smith Rograt.
I mean...
Oh my...
I think you're pretty clear that when he says you want it upstairs, that means the master wants to speak to you.
Well, if I were leaning into my ambition still, I'd race up the stairs. But, I might still go and eye up her bag of drugs now.
Oh, you're going to steal.
She's asleep.
God, steal.
Well, we need it. She doesn't need it. She's not doing anything.
I'll watch my brother do that, and just as he's literally got whatever he needs, I'm going to lob a book at it. Book at her as well.
I mean, you ain't alone in the library level. There are, the usual...
Loads of people.
Yeah, there's the assistant librarians scurrying around, and Giles is looking over going, oh, they've messed up the K's and the L's again. What a headache. I'm going to be here all day sorting that mess out.
Oh.
And but first of all...
We'll miss you, Charles.
Well, I'll have to report in with you lot.
Oh, okay. Oh, come on then. I'll worry about Shazguth's bag of drugs on the way back down.
Fair enough. I mean, you do eyeball things. You were looking over there and thinking about it. That her bag is slung over the back of the armchair. It's
okay, not over her arm.
Not over arm, no. It's over the back of the armchair. You know, it's a wing-back armchair type. It's over one wing.
Yeah.
It is closed, so you think, you know, although there's a lot of kobolds sort of like milling about, but you probably got a
Do it,
fair
brother.
opportunity later on.
Do it.
All right, fair enough.
So you head
Fair,
up.
fair enough. Do it like that.
You head up.
Yeah.
My
First, I shoved my brother out of the way to get there first.
My plot armor is like wings of steel, will not be repelled. And the railroad carries on up the stairwell, and you stomp up there. One of the trolls gives Jabir the side eye as you walk past.
I get the handle of my axe and stick it between Utaringa's legs as it's just running forward.
To trip me up. Yeah.
So face plants. This is just a complete.
I slap you.
So there's a cacophony as you
Get
go
in.
up the stairs. Yep, arguing and
Yeah.
bickering.
Yep.
And then eventually you reach the throne room. So let's pop you on there. Bum, 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 bum. Shbloop. There we go. Hopefully you can see yourselves okay.
Yeah.
Marvellous. Oh, oh. And the fortune pool was what? 4-1, 2, 3, 4.
I can't sell.
Sorry? One.
I can't select.
5 to 1.
Thank you. You can't
Oops.
select yourself. Okay, I thought that might happen. I had that sneaking suspicion. Loik. Oh, it is attached to you. And everyone's is. That's strange. Make sure you're not on the Nitco.
Oh no, it's alright now.
Yeah, maybe you're on the wrong layer. Nitco should be alright. Yeah, there you go.
Um,
Okay, so I mean, you would emerge a little further forward than you are here. I've just put you there for cut and paste reasons. So as you stomp out the stairwell, you would be sort of like coming out sort of like over here. And there is that engraved, almost sort of like blood red ritual circle engraved into the floor, that altar, and the orb covered again in cloth with a little sign on it.
Do not touch.
It says, "Don't
What does it say?
touch." And the Lhachglin is sat in his throne in the crook of the huge, pretty gargantuan sort of tree, really. And two trolls stand to attention, kind of, either side. Feel free to move yourselves and position yourselves where you want to be.
Forward a bit.
Yeah.
I'll go forward, but not as far as the tree forward,
Mm,
and not as far as the volunteer forward or anything.
okay.
I'm gonna kind of.
I'm hanging back.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Lhachglin stirs from whatever mental state he was in just a few moments ago, still sort of almost like trailing black smoke out of his eyes. It's a bit weird. And he observes you all. He looks over to you, Utaringa, and says, "Report, please."
We found Alan. He is a bit injured, but we have healed him up the best we can. What's the fella's name on the door? Was it Ringo?
I healed him.
Yes.
Ragbat.
Ragrad healed him, filled him full of drugs. He is much better. And Ringo took him to somewhere when we brought him in.
I see.
And I side-eye my brother, seeing if he's going to say anything. I'll decide to see if he says anything.
No, I'm just messing around with his tentacles around my hair.
I say, tell the master your contribution, brother. What did you do?
Lhachglin leans forward in his throne tree.
I helped the little feather. He fell in the pond. Helped the little feather.
Is that
He
your...
went for a dip down a slide. He did. So I helped.
Yeah, I did. I went in and but I didn't sink.
Commendable. And Shagbok, is it?
Mm-hmm.
You mutilated the Kraken.
I didn't mutilate the Crocker at all. I knew it was a mere scratch.
That's not what the Kraken said to me.
It was a misunderstanding. It's a mere scratch.
On whose part?
Right, he was attacking one of my friends here, so I attacked him back. That's the way it looked to me.
Your friends seem physically unscathed to me.
Well, he put his whatever it is you call it on one of my friends. That's enough for me.
What are you talking about? It's gone Cockney. It's going on.
One of his arms. One of his arm things. He grabbed one of my friends, and that's enough for me. I don't stand for that.
It is enough for a creature to touch you, for you to inflict harm upon them. Is that what you're saying?
It looked like he was attacking, so I attacked back. You can't blame me for that.
I can, and I will. You have harmed this creature that protects that area.
You'll get over it.
I get further away from Shagbok every time he speaks.
What do you think would be a suitable punishment?
Punishment?
Yes. Punishment.
Punishment? Yeah, you can't. Who are you to me to punish me? I'm protecting my friends. I was doing the thing that you asked us to do, and this thing comes out of the water to attack us, and I'm protecting my friends, and you want to punish me?
Yes.
I'm not having part of that.
Well, you are free to leave.
Oh.
Go on, brother.
Or
I told you.
you can make amends.
With who? With what?
With Timor.
Is that the Kraken, is it?
There is a vat of unguent being prepared. You will nurse the Kraken to full health. What say you?
You mean feed it?
I mean,
Heal it up, you idiot.
apply the unguent twice a day. Once at morning, once at night. And tend to its needs until
I wasn't
its
the only one
injuries are better.
Magrat can help with my skills.
Unless you think I'm being unreasonable.
What about my injuries he's caused on me?
I believe that they were inflicted upon you, that he looks over you. I mean, you've got the equivalent of some scratches. I believe they were inflicted after you chopped off those tentacles you're currently wearing around your neck.
He can have them back. He just needs to say sorry.
I could sew them back up.
Well, I'm
So
afraid
back on.
Timor does not see it this way. Now, Lhachglin is going to roll a skill here. I've just remembered he's got a talent.
Oh shit.
I'm going to use it. He's got a talent called...
And I've got a talent as well.
Well, Meeting of Minds. let's switch that off so that you can see it when I click it. When attempting to bring compromise between two extreme positions, an extra E in there for good measure, you gain +10 base chance to skill tests. His words bring harmony and accord during an exchange, persuading the bitterest of rivals towards a good middle ground.
And I've got Pay the Piper.
Oh, pop it in and let's have a look, because we can leverage these in an opposed skill test. Unfortunately, you're not bargaining or intimidating right now. He is.
Well, I'm trying to intimidate him.
Well, one step at a time. One step at a time. We'll figure out the natural order of things, because he was in the middle of trying to get you to persuade you, if you will, to sort of.
Yep. Open to that.
Yeah, and if you want to intimidate in the course of this exchange, feel free. I'll just check. He also has Don't Kill the Messenger. When using fellowship-based skills, he doesn't suffer any additional penalties due to differences in social class, and there are between you, so there would normally be a penalty because you are an Uruk and he is a Lich. But he overrides that with this, so I think then those are the only relevant ones that he can bring to bear. So he is going to roll with his fellowship skill. Now, I wonder what's the best one for this. It's kind of a bargain. Yeah, I think this is a bargain. I think you just popped in a skill that was related to bargain. It might actually come into bear when you fail a bargain or intimidate Desmond. You're not bargaining with him. Okay, so he's going to draw this bargain up with you. He's willing to wipe the slate clean, and as long as you, at the very least, deliver the pot of unguent to him.
Right.
And it's so he's going to roll bargain, and then you can resist with resolve.
Yep.
Synergize whatever you would like to, and it's an opposed test at standard. Well, bargain isn't his greatest either, but
can I resolve with interrogation?
You can synergize interrogate, as in you're sort of poking him with jabbing questions, because that's what you were doing just a moment ago. So that seems to make sense. Yeah. Did you want to help?
I were going to ask, can I give Lhachglin an assist?
Oh, yes,
by
you can.
using guile, and by saying to my brother, like, remember what we talked about on the way back? Just do what he says. You know what I mean?
Sure, he'll take a D10 off you.
My brother's been pissing me off all the way here, nagging me about this. I'm not going to take any notice of him.
You give him a 5.
Well, I'm helping Lhachglin, not you, really.
I know.
Okay, so let me do his bargain then. Make sure I've got advanced rolls on, because I do. Let's change. Bargain. This is at standard because it's opposed. He's got synergy. It's not his best thing, but he gets +10. Yeah,
wow.
So 10 under 62. No, 10 under 72, because he had +10 to the skill test. Do you want to roll your
resolve?
Your resolve
with scrutinizing with interrogation.
Yeah.
Standard?
Yes.
Oh.
27. So you both succeed. So it's down to degrees of success. Now,
Okay.
we learnt the other day when I was looking at another system that degrees of success should be calculated. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, Nick, the difference between what you roll and what your target is on the first dice, isn't it? Do you remember?
Yeah, so yeah,
One
'cause
from
it's the
6.
furthest
Yeah.
away from,
Yeah. So
and then
those-
pluses,
plus the
whatever.
bonus. Yeah. So
Bonus.
1 minus 6 for him is 5. So for you, it's 2 minus 5 is 3. So he's got 5, and you've got 3, and then you will be adding your fellowship bonus.
My fellowship bonus
Yeah.
It's
is
your
No,
it's
sorry,
your
your
willpower,
willpower.
bonus for resolve.
willpower
Thank you.
bonus
Yeah.
of 7.
So 7 plus 3 is 10. He's got 5. He adds 8 and gets 13.
So he wins.
He does, yes.
So
So
then could I then do my intimidation back, or is that part of the resolve?
well, you're minded to accept his offer. That's what your character should do, given the sort of like skill test. And you know, he's used his best influence, his gravitas, and his influence over you. You know, if you then
I'll
want
do it
to
all.
hang on, if
Go
you
on.
then want to
Yeah.
hurl intimidation at him, that's entirely up to you. But it's a separate matter. That won't stop you from the influence he has won over you.
Okay.
But you feel free to intimidate all you want.
No, I'm going to add something to the bargain that my brother has to do it with me.
Oh.
Ah.
He looks impressed as sort of black smoke pours out of his eye. He was expecting something else from you. And he looks over.
I'm not going to do the healing. I'll deliver the stuff, but you know, that's it. I suppose that's intimidating. Because I'm still trying to lean towards my character, which is chaotic. So, you know, this guy
The
to me
rebellion.
is nothing. I don't really give a shit about him.
And
So, but I do care for my brother.
Yeah.
A bit.
Oh. You loved him a couple of episodes ago. What the fuck happened there?
Yeah, of course I do. Of course I. Yeah. we're always going to have this relationship.
Yeah.
Sure.
So,
Of course I'll go with you, brother. I wouldn't trust you to go on your own. I'm thinking. Of course, I'd gladly go with you. Of course I will. But really, I'm thinking, all that fucking trudging through the swamp. Now we've got to go all the way back down. Hopefully not down the water slide again.
Does Ragbot have to?
Yes, you have to come, Ragra, because you're the healer.
But I'm not. The
Jabba,
one...
you know the way, so you have to come too.
why can't he come to the tower? Why? He obviously sent you a message.
Because he
Why
lives
can't
in
he
the
come?
swamp, you idiot.
Yeah, but the swamp is around us.
Lhachglin
You'll
sighs.
fall asleep.
We're surrounded by the water, so we
You
must
will
be able-
take the unguent to him. He will not be coming here. He serves his purpose in the swamp, and the waters do not connect favourably. Is that clear?
It's all sleepy waters, isn't it? Around here.
Very wise, Snagger. He eyeballs you. Yes, very wise.
Pat
Yeah.
Ragra on the head. Done,
Oh.
Ragra.
I just...
Charles.
You remind me of someone.
Not me.
No.
Oh,
You remind me of someone.
your
You
mother,
remind me of someone.
perhaps.
No. Somebody that we left face down in the mud.
Oh, yes.
I back off away from Shagwell.
That
So,
brings me to the matter of my former would-be apprentice. I do
Well, that-
have a job for you with respect to him.
not me.
Oh, yes, you. All of you. You are.
Pick on Shackbox Day.
I want.
Pick on Shackbox.
No,
What?
all of you are still on probation, I remind you. Then he just drifts off a bit. And then one of the trolls farts loudly and he wakes up.
You were chuckling. I can't help but chuckle at that.
Charles is hopping from foot to foot. And Lhachglin looks at him and says, "Charles, what is it? Do you need the toilet?" And Charles says, "No, Master, I'm a bit anxious because the Kobold Librarian assistants have really messed up K and L since I've been away, and I really want to get back to sorting them out, if you don't mind, if I could be excused." And Lhachglin just nods, and there's this sort of trail of wibbly, sort of like a black smoke as he nods. That's sort of, it's like ray tracing. And then Charles said, "Thank you very much." And then Charles throws you a glance, Ragrut. Like,
Okay, I'll follow him. Nickily.
yeah, okay. And he heads downstairs to the library level. You can go with him.
I'll go with.
Excellent. Well, I'll just pop you on the stairs there for a moment
Okay.
as you make your way down. It gets about a quarter of a way down the stairs with you. At this point, cut back to the throne room. "Yes, sir. There are some duties to perform. I have fixed the elf. He's not quite what he was. I consider it to be an improvement. He seems less certain." He drifts off again a bit. And the two trolls eye each other like, "Have you got any flatulence to spare? What are we going to do?"
I cough. I just cough to see if it'll wake him up.
Yeah, he comes back to. "Ah, good, you're here. Now, I would have words with you all."
Okay.
But
I've got a notebook out ready to write down some notes.
Report.
The white elf, you've improved his condition.
No, Alan, did you find him?
He's downstairs. All's fine. All's well.
Two trolls are eyeing each other. Good. Now, there was something else. Never mind.
The
Yes.
white elf.
Ah, yes, thank you. Yes, the white elf. I have restored him. Well, he's in the middle of his transformation to the Undying. I will need a few things to complete the process. I may call upon you to retrieve a few things. But first, given that you all looked so battered and muddy and frankly a little perturbed, maybe you ought to get a hot meal and some rest.
Okay, I put my notebook back in my pocket.
Okay.
And my pencil.
Yes. Can everyone make an awareness test, please?
Do I have to if I'm not there?
No, you're halfway down the stairs, so you don't. Yeah, I'm afraid I have to exclude you.
Can we synergize something? I don't really know what we're. I'll synergize my scrutinize
Ah,
Yeah,
to
like,
see if I see anything.
yeah.
I see nothing. I'm too busy looking at my notebook.
I'm scowling at my brother.
Fucking hell!
Oh, crit failure!
Oh my
Fuck.
god. Alright, I'm going to spend a fortune point if none of us are doing it. I think it's good if one of us
Yes, one of us spends it.
tries to get a good...
Ripping over
Gets a
you
good
two, apparently.
I did bring them over, so you've
Right.
got them there to spend on the right.
Yeah, I've flipped one over.
Ah,
Yeah, I've flipped one over. I'm just looking for my awareness.
Oh, using a
Yeah.
personal one, is that right?
No, I'm using one over there and I've flipped it over already. It's that one right there.
Oh, I
Just
already
flipped
had
it.
one flipped to Gandalf, so one, two.
Okay, well, what can I tell you? I just flipped that one over.
Oh well, I'll put another one there then. That seems a bit
That's simple. I'll just flip another.
Sorry, it's all good. Ooh, a success. Okay. I'm gonna think about the complication that Jabir gets for crit failing and awareness.
With those two fucking arguing, I'm probably falling over the pair of them.
He's
go down
just
the
stuck in
stairs.
it, herped up.
Yeah. You know, I think that's well, that's a possibility. Yeah. No, I know what it is. Yeah, right. Anyway, but first of all, so Utarigna. Yeah. There's this statue over here. You know, I mean, you've seen it before because you've been in here before.
Yeah.
What you're not sure about is whether or not the last time that you saw it, the eyes of the statue were glowing red in the way that it is now.
Okay.
That just draws your attention. And Jabir, as you're blithely unaware of what's going on, you inadvertently step into the ritual circle. I think because you're sort of corralling Bug, you know, who's sort of like hopped out of your pouch, your carrying pouch, and is sort of much like your dog is right now, sort of like sniffing around, and you're sort of trying to gather him up, and then you step back into the ritual circle, and everyone else would see that that red tinge that it has just intensifies a couple of notches. Like, it's almost like the circle reacts to the presence of Jabir's foot as he steps back into it. Is there anything anyone wants to do in this moment?
Well, does the red eyes of the statue change along with that redness, or is it a separate thing? They do.
That's a great question. It's like, as he steps in and the circle glows a bit more red, so the red eyes of the statue glow a little bit more red, exactly at the same time. Flare. Maybe that's what drew your attention to it.
All right. So I would say, Jabir, watch your step there. See if I can get him to like move out of the circle.
I will try to, I guess.
Just step forward. Try and make it the simplest instruction for Jabir. Foot forward, Jabir. Try and make him just step out of the thing.
And nothing untoward happens, you know. But you do notice that the circle dims slightly, and the red eyes of the statue that only really you have noticed thus far, Utarigna, also dim at the same time.
Alright. Do the other trolls seem to like be paying attention to that? Do they notice?
Not judging from the way that one of them is currently excavating his left nostril and the other one is picking at his bottom.
Okay.
He's an artist, you know.
Is he? What is he called?
Well, what would you call an artist that has a brown finger?
Ugh.
One finger.
Picasso.
Very good.
You heard it here first. First. Anyway, moving rapidly on from terrible dad jokes. So you're halfway down the stairs, Charles. We'll just cut back to you and Ragrut. And Charles is saying, you know, maybe go.
Nice.
Yeah, go to the unauthorized withdrawal cupboard.
Do it.
Right then, yeah, we'll have to pick our timing. And you scamper down with him, down to the library floor, and then carry on down into the basement. So you're going to arrive a little ahead of everyone else. So Ragbert and Charles, you have you emerge down, you wind past the library level. Maybe, you notice Charles starts scampering down the steps. He says, "Come on, get the full advantage." He starts.
I'll scam them.
Absolutely scamper down, hit full speed, and then it just slows down as you reach the subfloor level, the lowest level, where as you've been coming down this last part of the stairs, you've heard the sounds of kobolds being flattened on the anvil, and the sound of the bellows and the forge roaring. The temperature has increased considerably, and there's a bit of background chatter. Okay, brilliant. And you can hear into the neighbouring rec room, the sounds of the other snaggers and kobolds and rude boys and Ugluck, and everyone seems to be sort of like having, a good old time. It's their time off. They're having some food and a bit of beer and whatever before they settle off to sleep. And you emerge from the stairwell to where you are now on the map, and Charles says, now, the unauthorized withdrawal cupboard is in the storeroom.
Okay. Where's the storeroom?
Well, he points through to the rec room, and you remember that there was the storeroom where at one point Aston Martin went in to get some vegetables.
Right.
In there apparently is the so-called unauthorized withdrawal cupboard. It's more of a crate, really, says Charles.
Well, go on then. I'll follow you.
Okay, well, act casual, he says.
Act casual.
Yeah. And he heads in and he looks up at Ugluck, and Ugluck looks round at him and gives him a glare, and he gives him a bit of a cheery, and heads around the back of him. What are you up to?
I'm sauntering along behind, looking casual, waving, and yeah, just trying to act casual.
I think you and Charles need to make a guile test to act casual.
I just increased that today.
Well, that was very serendipitous. Good choice. Guile. This will be standard.
Okay, I'm gonna synergize it with my charm.
Oh, smoozing.
Yeah. Standard, you say?
Yeah. I've just seen on Charles D. Dickens' character sheet, Guile has a focus of diddle cash.
Diddle cat.
I love it.
That-
How did you get on? Crit! Well,
Yeah.
you are the captain of casual. And Charles is no slouch either. And so, you're keeping it so on the down low, and like you're meant to be there, and nobody is paying any attention to you. You get up to the door, and Charles grabs a key that he has tucked into his shirt, and sort of like pulls it out. It's on a bit of string, and he unlocks it, and you can head into the storeroom. And he sort of beckons you in when he's sure that you're out. So come on.
Okay, follow him in.
Yeah, just casual breeze in, you know,
Yeah. Where is he? Where's he gone?
through the doorway in front of you. I should be able to see it.
Can't see him. Oh, there.
Through the door, yes. No, that's it. Head in. And then he quickly closes the door, and then for good measure, just locks it. Oh, right. And then,
I'll pick up a start eating.
what are you looking for? Sorry, you're cutting out a bit.
I'll just pick up and eat a potato
A good choice.
Bucket.
Yeah.
or something.
And there's just barrels of food here and containers, as you can kind of see on the map. There, lots of food, but also fish, and there's game and meat of all kinds. And Charles goes over to this crate at the back. He lifts it up. He lifts out the tray on top, and underneath is a whole selection of herbs.
Oh, what's that? What's that? What's that? I'll take everything I recognise.
Yep, I mean, you can certainly stock up on all of those things that you're depleted on right now.
Okay. Can I take before it becomes obvious that we've nicked them?
Yeah, he says, you know what we're going to need to do, and he goes over to the fruit and veg, and he starts, you know, selecting some mucky old carrots and replacing. Well, this will keep him busy just for a bit, you know. So don't take too much. Don't take too much.
So two of everything.
Yeah. We'll get away with that. He says, definitely.
Okay. Is there anything in there that I haven't seen before?
Yes, definitely. Now, what skill would you normally use to sort of like identify herbs and things? You've got like
Probably use my healing skill, wouldn't
heal would work. Have you got alchemy at all?
That's it.
Or tradecraft?
I've literally read a book about alchemy just the other day.
You did.
But I took library. So I have got heal is
That'll work. Absolutely. So yeah. Have a heal roll.
not as
Sorry.
okay. Can I synergize education?
Yes. To help bring to mind what you've recently been reading about in those book things. How do we get on?
I've got no idea of
Oh.
it is.
My God, critical failure. Okay, you've got something, and nothing to worry about here. What have you got? Yeah, I mean it's it's a couple of, you just take a couple of small files, glass files, stoppered, with a sort of black liquid in them. They look interesting. You think you know what they are. You think they're a more powerful version of Black Lotus. Sort of distilled. You're sure you read in that book that alchemists will take, you know, these raw ingredients and they'll boil them up and they'll do special spells and they will make them purer and stronger. And, you know, it's the right kind of colour, so that's what it must be, surely.
It'll just be fun when I go to use it, won't it?
Well, we'll see. And Charles isn't really paying attention because he's busy sort of just keeping an eye out, you know. In fact, what he does is he grabs, you know, some assorted root vegetables and stuff it into a basket, and an alibi. He says alibi. You always got to have an alibi. as you grab the last few things, close down the crate, and he says, "All right, let's go. Come on." And I think it's at this point we'll just cut back to everyone else. Cue nightmare of swapping to maps. So you've just had your conversation with Lhachglin. Any final parting words or actions, or what's going on up here in the throne room? You've seen this weirdness going on.
I'm going down through the library.
Mm-hmm.
I'm done up here. I'm not doing anything else up here. Trudge down the stairs.
Okay.
I'll follow my brother.
Okay.
I'll follow.
You're following along. Yep. Okay. Let me grab you all together. Oh, yeah, stop moving around. Naughty bunch. Right, let me grab you. Okay. Pass through the library level. Let's go back onto there. Bloop. Perfect. Okay, so you're working your way down the stairs. Are you going to pass through the library level and carry on down to get some food, or did you want to stop off at the library first? Well, what do you want to do?
I'm just going to, unless I can't do it, take my token from outside myself in the library, because I'm out in the grass, so I can see in here.
Oh.
And if Shazguth is still asleep on the stairs, and I don't give a shit if there's kobolds around, I'm going to. If she's asleep on that chair, I'm just going to march through and take the bag off the back of her chair. If she's asleep, great. And I will just glare at all the kobolds like, "This is mine," taking it, and I'll just take it.
Okay, so
That's if she's asleep. If she's awake, I might do something else.
do you want to make a scrutinize to see if you can figure out if she's asleep or not?
No, I'm just going to grab it. I don't care.
I can always help. I can always
Wake her up.
No, my brother doesn't serve.
It doesn't matter.
I'll ask one of the librarians if they've got Fly Fishing by J.R. Hartley.
Are you after the first edition or the second edition? Says the kobold fanatic librarian assistant. We've got a signed copy.
Wow.
Yeah.
I've got a library card.
Oh, brilliant! That's Lyle's work. That is.
Do you have The Hobbit as well?
Well, we do have some very interesting books on the Hobbits, actually. That's in H. It's got a huge stack of books. L and K are all out of the shelves. It's chaos. They're all stacked up on the floor. But yes, nice bit of help. So with that sort of like distraction, you can offer up a D10 to assist. Sounds like to Rigner, you're just going to take the bag. You're doing that stealthily, or are you just grabbing it?
Well, what I was saying is, it's on the back. It's hanging over the back of the big back chair, right?
It is, yeah.
So I can just walk up behind the chair. I knew where it was, and I'm assuming the back of the chair is around this way, and just lift it off and come back. I'm not really going to be stealthy. If I need an assist, I'm going to take it to intimidate. If any of the kobolds look like they're going to question me about it.
Okay, so you go over, as you hear Shagbok inquiring about J.R. Hartley and other authors.
Yeah.
As you approach, it's really quite clear that Shazguth is sound asleep because there's snoring. So it's trivial. You don't need to use any stuff. Just go and grab it.
Take it.
And the other two kobold fanatics are busy They don't see you. The only one that could have seen you would be the one that's now employed in
And my brother.
with your brother. So
Brilliant.
yeah, you now have a bag of Shazka's bag of
stuff.
herbs.
Right.
Nicely done.
I think what I'll do is I'll just round this side of the bookshelf. I'll just take the herbs out, put them in my pocket, and then hang the bag back on the back of a chair.
Nice.
And come back.
Very good. All done without a hitch. Very good. Jabir, you're forcing your way down the stairs, scraping the sides as you go along.
Yep.
I mean, are you coming out into the library level, or do you want to carry on squishing your way down?
I will come on out if I can. I actually see if I can actually move. I can't even move the token out of the stairs. Jesus.
Oh.
There you go. Does that help? Are you connected?
There we go.
Yeah, you should be. Yeah, so there's an audible as you emerge. And you hear, just the two kobold librarian assistants here are just chatting with each other, going, "No, that one goes over there. This one is over here." It's chaos, and Shagbok is having a conversation about fly fishing. As Utarigna strolls casually in amongst the bookshelves, you hear the sounds like Shazka sort of like snoring. It's all going on here in the library. It's a lot of books. Now what? What are you guys doing?
Going for some food.
Yeah, I go back to the kitchens, get some food.
Okay.
Find out where the bloody old Ragrot's gone. It's not there.
Oh, it's all fine. Let me grab you all. Copy you. And then let's head back down to the sub-fort. Right, so Charles is at the door. Ragrot, you've just got the last of the few bits that you wanted. Close back down the lid. He's got this basket of veggies, and he's got the key out on the string, and he's going to unlock the door, which he does. And opens it. And he's looking casual. He goes up to the table where Kellogg is, and he plumps the basket down and says, "There you go, Chief." And the chef eyes him. Kellogg eyes him. Tell him. Well, I don't need these. What are you bringing these vegetables for, eh? Mario. Yeah, that's it.
Mario.
The master requested a snack, and he wanted a medley of his favourite root vegetables. Oh, of course, yes, absolutely. And he starts julienning all these root vegetables up and frantically setting about making yet another meal as everyone else is working their way through their own meals. What are you doing?
Ask for some dinner, please. Can Ragrats have some dinner?
Ramsay looks up. Well, yes, of course. So what do you want, eh?
Whatever. Something nice.
Something
hot.
meaty.
Oh, yes. Who said that?
Dunno. It's a voice echoing from somewhere. Oh, okay. Well, we have the poker chops. You want some of those?
Poker chops, yeah.
Poker chops. Oh, okay. Coming right up. And he sets about sorting that out. And Charles comes over and sort of like settles down, sort of like giving a little perfunctory nod to Aston, and Ugluk being sort of like polite, keeping a low profile, and then sort of like, I think he deliberately sort of like sits with his back to both of them so he can speak to you without any. And he just, I think we got away with that. I think we did quite splendidly. Well done.
Yeah, nice one,
Yeah.
Charles.
I'll fiddle the books later. Change the order, you know, make it look like we got this. Be perfect.
Okay.
And it's at this point, because I can't bear hopping between two split maps, it's killing me. I shall pop you guys onto the subfloor so that you come out. Look at that, seamless. Yeah, and it's Benjamin who's on duty today. He's got his usual kobold assistant who's sort of like holding what looks like not a bad shovel he seems to be making at the moment, and he's just putting some finer touches to it. And Benjamin sort of like looks up at you, Jabir, and he goes, "Where are you from exactly?"
Let me very quickly.
Quick background history check.
Think about it.
Yeah.
Background quickly.
Hooked up.
Improvise. Roll hurt. Yeah.
A ways away. Why?
A ways away, he says. A ways away. Are you from the east? And he points in completely the wrong direction, because you know. Or the west, he says.
Which way did we travel from? Wasn't it the north?
Well, you've travelled roughly from the northwest, but that's not where you're from. I mean, that's where you've been, but that's not where you're from originally. Benjamin looks at you and he says, "Aren't you an ash troll? You look like an ash troll to me."
I mishear him go, "Oi, don't call my mate an asshole."
How do you respond to that?
I am unsure what the hell I am. All I know is I'm their family outcast.
Well, that makes sense, yeah. You're an ash troll, he says. You're an ash troll. Take it from me, I've seen enough of you to know. You know, back in the day, I wasn't always here. He starts to go into a long soliloquy about his life. And the kobold, who is, you know, just gently puts the shovel down and sneaks off as Simon rambles on about his life. The bottom line of what Benjamin is saying is that I formerly lived in a place called, I don't know if you've heard of it, Gorgoroth. You heard of it? Gorgoroth? No?
I believe so.
Oh, good. Well, the mountains of ash and shadow, I think they call them Ethel Duath. I met quite a few of your kind, and he pokes a finger at your tribal tattoo. You look as if you don't know what I'm talking about.
All I know is I'm the family outcast. A short one. And they just sent me to do anything and everything.
Well, maybe that's because you weren't originally part of their tribe. Have you ever thought of that?
Intrigue.
No.
Oh, I just thought I'd mention it. It just came through my head. And then he looks around and he can't find his kobold assistant because he's buried himself under some blankets over here. Hey, oh, well, I think that's enough for me. And he just sort of like takes the half-finished shovel and puts it in the rack to finish off tomorrow. Starts shutting down the bellows and the forge and everything. And, well, you know, it's just how I see it. I just call it as I see it, man. And let's turn back. Oh, Utterigner and Shagbok, what are you up to? As this fascinating, in-depth discussion of Jabir's past is going on.
I've left that conversation.
Yeah, we're at a table.
I've come in here. We're getting some food.
Yeah.
They go on, don't they?
Yeah.
It takes a long time for trolls to express anything, you know.
Yeah.
Kellog's coming around and he's just in the middle of plopping down in front of Ragrut, you know, his meal. Again, pork chops, chips.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I want that.
There's a
I
small
want that.
dish of ketchup.
Oh, bless him.
Oh, ketchup.
Yeah, he says.
I want that. I want some of that.
All right. What do you want, big man? He says, looking up at you, Shagbok.
Some of that twice, please.
You want the 2 servings? Are you crazy? Can I do the 2 servings? Oh my god, you're going to kill me with all these orders. And he sort of like bustles off as, you know... I mean, the rude boys are just looking at you a bit nervously.
I wonder why.
I'll say to him, Alan's fine. We went and got him and he's fine.
We hear he's a wreck.
Well, he's not dead.
Fixed him up. I fixed him up. Good.
We hear his legs broke.
Yeah,
Says
but
the
I
other one.
fixed.
But the rest of him is fine.
And the rest of him is fine.
Yeah. And Jabir, yeah, feel free to, you know, come in and join your party as you hear this conversation with the rude boys going on. Well, the other one pipes up. We hear you flung him out of the flinger.
I
He
didn't.
volunteered.
He volunteered.
Tried to talk him out of it. While we're sitting down here,
Yes.
before I'm going to sit next to my brother because I suspect that, you know, my brother won't think about consequences of starting shit in there while we're all imperiled and whatever. Can I heal up his wound? You're lightly wounded, right?
Yeah. Well,
I'll sit next to you. I've got a bandage, and I can do a healing roll. You know, and if Ragrot's not too busy, I'll say, Ragrot, give me a hand with this. Look.
I mean, Ragrot's probably got 3 pork chops and half a dozen chips in his
Yeah,
gob,
fair enough.
I don't want to put words in your mouth. I'm putting food in your mouth. You see what I mean?
Oof, okay. So I can do a heal. I've got bandages. So it's an automatic success, right? If you've got bandages
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
lightly wounded.
Yeah.
But you have to roll anyway in case you crit fail it.
There's always the chance of some excitement from a crit fail.
Can I always hold it
Okay.
in place? I'll hold that bit, though, brother.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
so
you
give
can
me a
help
hand.
yourself and do a support roll with a D10. Pardon me.
Yeah.
Well,
Right, and I can synergize my scrutinize to see where the splinter is. Just pull the splinter out. Is this what you were whining about all this time?
Product placement, if someone says. What?
So you're doing a D10?
Yeah.
Eric. Yeah, go on then. Brilliant.
Nice. Oh
26,
my god.
then
Yeah.
26.
It's only you basically putting your finger on the bandage that sort of like keeps it in the right sort of like place.
Yeah.
But between you, you can heal up one level.
Yeah.
Cool.
Nicely
Use the
done.
bandage.
Yeah. And use the
Oh,
bandage.
and while I'm at it, can I search my pockets to see what Shazga had in her bag?
Yeah, I mean, she's got some smelling salts. She's got. Hang on a minute. Let me get my list up. Bom, 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 bom. She's got a bottle of leeches. She's got some black
Oh,
lotus.
hang on.
That's right.
Easy, Tiger. So, how many smelling salts?
2 of those.
I'm going to give one of them to my brother. Put this in your bag. Put this in your pocket.
Okay.
And then what else? Jar of leeches.
Yeah, jar of leeches.
Okay.
Some mandrake root.
How many mandrake root?
4 doses. Are you doing this?
And what?
Oh, sorry.
Remind me what mandrake root does again. Anyone?
Oh, brilliant. That's what I love in a compendium. A nice blank screen. It's very informative.
Well, I'll give 2 of them to my brother as well.
It adds 1 to peril
Mandrake
threshold for an hour per dose.
Nice. Right, brilliant. Okay. Give you 2 of those.
Are you doing this surreptitiously?
No, because I'm taking it out of my pocket. So I'm just divvying up this between me and my brother as far as anyone knows it's mine anyway.
Sure.
So I don't care.
Charles
Is that under like?
Yeah, sorry.
Sorry, is that under like not spells? Is it? It's under.
Put it in trappings, just in your
put in trappings,
equipment.
Yeah.
And then we'll just ask Steve every time we use it what it does,
Yeah.
because we'll never remember.
Charles looks like he's squished between Shagbok and Jabir, and he's sort of like plucking chips, and eating them as Kellogg Ramsay would have come round with all your meals at one point and another, and the hubbub is going. And one of the kobolds has got a banjolele and is singing a song about whatever kobolds with banjolele sing songs about. Probably it's got a bit of it's got a bit of a southern twang. I imagine it sounds a bit like sort of hillbilly type music, and he's quite a good musician actually. He gets a bit of a sing song going, and the kobolds sort of like cluster around, and they like a bit of a laugh. There's some beer flowing, and you can you can grab yourselves a beer as well. It's like passing around. It's quite jolly, really, in some respects. I mean, there's the odd squabble breaking out here and there, you notice, but after a while, Charles excuses himself and says, "I really have to make sure that the K and L are put back in order, and they're in a terrible mess. I'll leave you to it." And he excuses himself. What would you all like to do?
I think Ragnarok.
Eat dinner
Have a
and then
chat
go to sleep.
Yeah.
and sleep.
What are you doing, Ragra?
Gonna go and see if Boris is there because I think he might be my friend.
He's
I'm gonna a beer.
yes.
It's not there. It's not there. So Ragbrat will look a little bit sad.
Benjamin turns round. He's just been shutting the forge down and tidying up. His idea of tidying up is to sort of just sweep everything into the corner, leave it there. And he turns around and he says, "Ah, yeah.
Boris?
What? Boris?
Where's Boris? Your little helper.
Oh, he was here a minute ago. He's off shift," and he turns back round, and then at the corner of your eye, you see Boris peeking out from underneath these scattered animal furs. What passes for sort of communal, sort of like bedding.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'll go and like snuggle in next to him.
Excellent. Fade to black. Thank you. Don't need to go there. No.
Ew.
Ooh.
I'm just trying to make friends, basically.
Absolutely, yes. And he's a friendly enough guy.
I'll see if there's any bits need fixing from his work day.
Well, he's just got the requisite. He's got a stub toe from earlier. He got a bit too close to the anvil. But apart from that, he seems to have managed to come out with just a mild concussion. And I think
Well,
yeah.
I'll keep.
Okay.
Is it time for tea?
Yes, I was just about to say, time for a cuppa in my Jabir mug. That's my Jabir mug. Only available
your
in our
Jabir mug.
store. Look at that!
So that.
Excellent.
Mine's currently in the wash, so I don't have it.
Jabir doesn't have his Jabir mug, right?
No, sorry.
Right.
No worries. Okay, yep, grab a cup of tea, see you in 5.
Awesome. It's called a badage now because my N doesn't work on my damn keyboard.
So you're trading bandages, sat over breakfast. You've been up the first.
I've only got one bandage left now. Sorry.
Oh, bless you.
You've got a breakfast
Okay.
laid
Is
out
this-
on the table.
Nice.
Yeah. And it's a bit quieter because Ugluk and Aston and the Rude Boys seem to be playing some kind of game as you notice Ben the Troll, who's the deputy forge troll, is setting up the equipment and, getting the forge sort of like fired up. Takes ages, to get it warmed up and shoveling in coal and all that. It's a little bit quieter as you take your repast in the morning, having fully rested. Now the horrible experience with the Kraken's bellow is but a distant memory. Except that Kellogg Ramsay comes over with a massive steel pot of smelly unguent and plops it on the table next to you, Shagbok, and goes, "Yeah, it's all ready for you." Plump.
Oh, do we have to?
I'll go after breakfast.
Well, you need to let it cool down, yeah?
Only a time. This
No
is for
rush.
breakfast.
Yes, how are you enjoying the pomme frites? Oh, French and Italian.
The pomma fritta.
It is a crazy new recipe I come up with. Just for you, because you love the potatoes. I hope you enjoy. Mwah! Bella, Bella.
It's very delicious, thank you.
He smiles, and there is just this hideous row of teeth, and this extra long smile. And, he potters back as soon as I can get his token to hook.
As he's distracted, Bug is so jumping up to get as much meat off the table as he can.
Oi, oi, crazy! No, get down! Control ya, mutt! Control you, Control him! Call him off! Naughty dog!
You can cook him if you want.
To gently pet his head.
Oh, there's an idea. Where's my recipe book? I'll have a think about that.
Dog stew.
As I've said before, you want to cook my dog, you have to get through the trident.
Oh, wow.
We don't want to eat bug, Jabir. I'm going to ask Jabir, hey, what was that fellow saying about your tattoo yesterday?
He said that my tribe might not be my own. That I am something called an ashen troll.
What's that?
Oh, what is it?
That is
Made of ash?
information that I don't have. Maybe the upstairs has it, I don't know.
Upstairs.
Well, now I have a library card. I can maybe have a look for you, as I can read books.
Well, that would definitely be appreciated, considering no one taught me how to read.
I can work on that, buddy.
Excellent.
I'm going to side-eye, make sure that I don't see Ugluck and them coming in yet.
No, I mean, you can hear them next door. There's a lot of raucous laughter and sounds of rude boys being clapped on the back, and you can hear Aston's almost acidic laugh, cackling, you know, and then every now and then you hear Ugluck just has this guffaw, you know, so you know, cuts through. I seem to be having a whale of a time next door, and every now and then you hear the troll Benjamin go, I can't concentrate. If you keep that noise up, I'm going to have to ask you to depart the vicinity. And then they just quieten down for a second, and then they get worse.
Alright.
So you've had your repast. I mean, this pot of unguent has only just come off the kitchen fire, so it is molten at the moment. You know,
Okay.
it needs to properly cool off. It's probably going to take the best part of the day. I mean, maybe if you stuck it on a window ledge or
Yeah.
somewhere like that, you could aid the cooling. But
Is it secure? Like, has it got like a screw on lid or something? It's not just a open-topped cauldron sat on the floor, right?
no, you've just described it. It is a small open-top cauldron.
Right. Okay. I see nothing bad happening with this at all.
I'll go down the big long slope again this time.
With an open-top cauldron
Well,
of
you know.
boiling unguent.
Yeah, I mean, wait till it cools down and we'll ask him to. What's he called? Hey, Kellogg, can you just put this in like a bunch of jars when it cools down?
That's not my job. I
dangerous.
just blew it up as the recipe. I don't have any. I don't.
You must have jars. Pickling jars? Give
Yes.
us all your jars of pickled eggs. We'll
No.
eat all those and
No,
then
no,
we can use the jars.
No, I need those ingredients. What am I going to make? Some kind of giant egg-based dish? I cannot give you my jars. I need my jars.
Okay, so where do you get your empty jars from? You must have some.
Well, they're collected. I mean, sometimes we find them in the river.
Sometimes you find them in the river. Brilliant. Let's go to the river then.
Well, jar fishing. It's the
river.
new mini game we've just invented.
Starfishing.
You gotta
Can we
be
not try and
careful with that river.
Try and persuade one of these other people to go and take it for us.
No,
But him
I'm
upstairs won't like
watch
that.
you take it.
Well, you could do that if you wanted to have a go. Who's the responsible orc / kobold / troll / rude boy who would do that?
No, not a chance. I mean, like, we can't do anything yet anyway. We've got to wait till it cools down, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
So, did Ragra or Charles tell us about their little sneaky off and look in the withdrawal cupboard or not? You wouldn't
No,
have told us, would you?
no.
Well, I'm hoping that I'll just say, like, where can we get some jars from? Big jars. Out from the river. Or, you know, something else, a container with a lid.
Can't we just carry it careful?
Down the big water slide?
Or we go the other way? Didn't come back up the big water slide, did we?
Oh, okay. How heavy is it?
Oh, I mean, it's enough unguent to sort of like slather on the, not decapitated, is it? The limbs don't have heads on. The several damaged sort of like limbs.
Severed.
It's severed. That's the word. Thank you. It's probably a good couple of kilos. Just in pot alone, it's pretty heavy.
Right. Okay.
What about carrying
I
an
think
oracle? Isn't there an oracle we came over him? Can't we try to get along with that?
Oracle in the boat.
I didn't foresee you needing to do that. Sorry, bad joke. Coracle. Yes, you could do. Oh.
Well, you know, I'm more for. You know, he said that he's got jars, he just won't give them. So I'm up for either trying to pinch him or trying to bully him into giving us some jars.
Could definitely do either of those. You can't immediately think of where else there might be some, and you know, much as I enjoy constructing an on-the-fly game of jar fishing, probably intimidated Kellogg out of it.
Right, I'll go up to him
Yeah.
and I'll say, listen, we've got a
He startled
job from
slightly.
Lhachglin and we need to put this unguent in jars. Give us some jars.
Sounds like an intimidate.
Just try and hell yeah. Okay, where is it? Intimidate. I'm gonna. Where is it? Brawn test, intimidate. I'm gonna synergize my toughness to try and just like loom over him.
Righty ho.
Look really scary.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, quick, get on the right thing. So you've got a success there. So it's an opposed test. He rolls his resolve.
I'd still take an assist if anyone was giving me a hand.
Well,
Brother.
I'll be trying to intimidate him. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So D10.
Yes, mate.
Yes, please.
No.
Oh, never mind. Fucking sit down, you idiot.
Oh dear.
He just falls over the fucking dog.
Yeah.
Click oppose. Bing. So 1 minus
Okay,
6 is degree of success 5, and then I add on resolve is will. He gets 10.
Okay, so I take the 7 minus the 5 for that, and then I add on my brawn bonus.
Yeah.
So I get 3, 14.
Oh.
No, 13.
Oh, same diff. Okay. That means, is it appalling mien or menacing
Oh shit.
demeanour?
Okay, yeah. He takes D10 plus 1, 9 mental peril.
9. Yeah, that's enough to make him first level gets past his 8th threshold. So he takes.
And there you go.
He can't attack you.
That's the other one.
He's not planning on it.
Good.
But
Oh, no.
it does kick off his
Mental
squabble.
peril. Oh no. Oh dear, okay. That's alright, there's nobody here except then those rude boys up at the end. Are these rude boys up at the end here, or are they...
Sorry, I've got a sheet out, can't see. Kobolds. All a lot of kobolds. Right, hang on a minute.
Or the boar. Go shank a
The
boar.
boy, yeah.
I'm just nicking into your sheet, Ragnarok, because I didn't put this talent on, but he's got it because he is a snagger. Do 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 do. Oh my god, your sheet has just got lots of notes.
Yeah, because otherwise I don't know what the fuck's going on.
He has to succeed. Succeed in a resolve test, or else
wants to
attack
attack
their
me,
own allies. So he has to do another one.
Oh, okay.
Right, you are. Okie dokie. Come back here, Kellogg. Does another resolve test. Standard, not posed this time. Synergized. How did he do?
Oh, crit success, good lad.
Crit, right, yeah, I mean, you see him, you know, he's still intimidated by you, you know, and he's going, yes, of course, absolutely, but he doesn't take it out on anyone else because, you know,
Nice.
close to his hands are meat cleavers and, you know, all kinds of improvised throwing weapons. It could have got quite nasty. And he said, yes, of course, I have got a few spare. I was just hoping, you know, to make another delightful pickled onion recipe. I was being very selfish. I apologise. I'm very, very sorry. Mea culpa. And he rushes in.
I'll put my hand around him and be like, no problem at all. Don't worry, we'll bring them back.
No, leave me alone. I'll get him. I'll get him. And he rushes into the storeroom and starts rifling through boxes.
I'm going to peek in behind him and nosy at what he's looking at.
Yeah, I mean, he's over in this crate, and you know he's sort of like opens it up, and you know he starts hurling cooking implements out, snivelling at you, you know, and then pulls out a jar, and then pulls out another jar, and pulls out another jar. You know, so a dozen jars come out eventually, and he plops them into a large wicker basket and ties them off so that they won't jangle around too much, they won't fall out. And then he comes up snivelling. There you are. That's exactly what you want. It's a bella.
Thank you, and I pat him on the back and act like he's my best pal ever. And then I'll go and put the big wicker basket of jars down.
Yeah.
There we go, we can use these once it's cooled down.
He goes back to his chopping, very anxious chopping. Lovely. So a whole host of jars. So yes, you will be able to, once it's cooled down, decant that unguent into jars. Sounds like fun.
Right, and then I guess if we've got to wait, you know, a few hours or something, unless anyone can think of anything better to do, maybe have a look in the library for Jabir and see if we can find some, you know,
Yeah.
Why not?
Or history.
info for him.
Yeah. Okay.
First things first, I want to see if I can swap out my human-sized bow for a troll-sized bow.
Oh,
yeah.
Brilliant. Well, you know, just pop in and see Benjamin. You know, you hear him. He's potting around. He's setting up the forge. He's just been shoveling coal into it. So you can go and have a chat with him, and you know, he looks around. He's got this massive leather apron on, you know, and a big fur sort of like cloak, and he's just got handfuls of coal and he's stuffing it in, and he looks around. Jabir, how you doing?
I'm doing fine. I'm looking to upgrade, if not trade in this, and I'll just put down the human-sized bow for something a little bit more my size.
Yeah, he picks it up, and it's like a toy. And he just slots it into one of the racks. And, I have just a thing, he says, and he reaches up, and over the forge is this sort of like, in some kitchens they'll have a hanging sort of what do you call it, hanging rack. It's exactly like a massive hanging rack, and there's all kinds of stuff up there, and he just plucks out this fucking huge bow, which is still fairly small for him, but it is perfectly troll sized.
Amazing.
Yeah. There you go. Not really something most of us use, but I suppose it makes sense, you being who you are, that this would be your preferred weapon, he says, chortling.
Amazing. Is that classed as still a hunting bow, or is that something...
Oh my god, we're going to stretch the boundaries of... Let's go and have a look at... look in the old compendium at weapons. God help us. Ranged weapons. Ranged weapons. You know what? What have you previously been using? Hunting bow?
Yeah, the hunting bow.
And that has a distance of... Do you happen to know?
Double checking now.
It's alright, because I'm thinking of giving you a composite bow instead. Oh yeah, 9 plus PB, yeah.
Yeah.
So an upgrade, the composite bow, in comparison, is better, because hunting bow has finesse and weak. Composite bow has fast and finesse, so it doesn't have the weak property. And it's 12 plus PB. So that sounds like it's a bit pokier.
Amazing.
Shall I drag and drop that into your character sheet? Combat. Dum, 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 dum. Yeah, I'll see if I can drag and drop it. Hold your breath. There you go.
Thank you.
I think you'll have to adjust the fury dice. Maybe not. Can't remember. Have a twiddle with it. But you've got that fella. Right. Meanwhile, back at the breakfast table, Ragrok, Utteringer and Shagbok. Steaming pile of unguent in the cauldron doesn't look like it's going to stop steaming anytime soon, particularly in this hot kitchen environment down here, because the forge is fired up now, and the heat level is just ratcheting up. It's always hot down this bit. That's why they tend to prefer to sleep down here. If you're going to get that thing to cool down, you've got to take it up a level and find a window.
Well, why don't we put it outside? Cool down.
Yeah, could do that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so you definitely have to go up a level to get outside, because you can't do it from here. Are you going to pick up Jabir on the way?
I'll get him to pick up the unguent, because he's...
Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely, right. In that case, I'm going to stick you on the entry level. I've separated you by mistake. Hopefully you should all be on there now.
Where should we be?
Bloop!
Outside?
Oh, yeah, there
Yeah,
we are.
inside.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, so you come out and, the Kobold fanatics are resumed their duties. They've done K and L. Now they're mangling M and N.
Is Shaska still asleep in the chair?
No sign of Shesketh.
Is Charles in here working? Is he still like?
You don't see him here right this moment, but you see signs that he has been here. There's the equivalent of sticky notes on a lot of piles of books and on the shelves. You know, you can see he's clearly been busy, and the kobolds are there at the moment. Actually, they're sort of like huddled together over here, and they are following a set of instructions assiduously.
Okay.
Mainly bickering with each other, and no. A becomes before B. They seem to be having an alphabet-based discussion.
Right. Okay.
So,
I'm gonna get my notebook, elvish, nice sketchbook. I'm gonna get a sheet paper. I'm gonna spend ages really carefully concentrating with the tongue out, writing a note to Charles
Right.
that says, "Please find books for Jabber of." What did he say?
Ashen Troll.
Ashen
Troll.
Irid Liffin.
Ash.
Yeah.
Yeah. What that? I attempt to write all that.
Okay.
Thanks.
You need to make
And then I leave that note. Go on, make a what?
make an education roll to see how well you write it.
Put a little smiley face on there, a little love heart or something.
Yeah.
I will do, yeah. I'll put thanks and a smiley face.
I mean, you'll probably be doing it over here because there's a little table and writing desk and whatever. Yeah, go to sit over there and laboriously scratch out the characters. You know, as the kobolds are arguing over which letter goes before which.
I'm going to synergize my coordination to try and make my writing like legible.
Yeah.
It's not often I have to actually write stuff down. Oh, there you go. It's you know, I might even.
There's a few reverse letters in
Well,
there, I think.
I might ask Ragrot to give me an assist. You know.
Yeah, if you can give a
Ragrot isn't
D10.
too busy.
Yeah.
Ragrot, help me with this for Charles. He's your friend.
Because you can legitimately assist because you are also educated
Brilliant.
in the letters.
Hell yeah, there we go.
No, not like that. Like
38.
that. That's backwards.
Oh, hang on.
That's
Don't go
upside
too far.
down.
Hang on. Which one? Wait.
That one, and that one.
Hang on. Okay. Scribble, scribble, scribble. Do it again. Which one was this one?
That one. Yeah, that one.
That one. Okay. It's a shambles.
The non-dyslexic friend helping the dyslexic friend.
Yeah. And then I want to say to like Kate and Lyle and whatever the other guy is.
Oh.
Give this to Charles. It's really important.
Okay, if they're
Don't lose it.
Tate and Lyle, who's the third kobold fanatic librarian assistant?
Billington's.
Billington's, nice. Right, that's canon now. I'm going to write it down now because I'll forget it next week. Tate, Lyle, and
Billington.
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 I love it. Yeah. Excellent. Right. Yes. So you've just finished writing when Shagbok. I mean, you're stood at the base of the stairs, according to where you are on the map at the moment, and you see the tendrils of black smoke waking their way down. A moment before you see the Lich coming down the stairs.
Wow.
Making probably got lost on his way to the bathroom or something, but he is nevertheless comes down. He steps out into the library, looks momentarily like he's gone the wrong way, and then gathers himself up. He eyes you, Shagbok, and says, nothing. Just phases out for a moment, and then it's all brilliant role playing that. Then he says, "The unguent, is it prepared?"
Yes. We have it here.
Whilst you're there, see if you can't find me any undamaged but old, unharmed spleens. I need at least one for the project.
Did we all hear this, or are we busy doing our letter?
I mean, his voice cuts through anything. He's not loud. It's just unearthly.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean, unless you're
Okay.
unconscious, you hear him. Possibly even if you are unconscious, you'd hear him. He sort of probably. He's
I'd just be like,
What project?
did he say spleen?
Yeah,
He
what?
said-
Kind of spleen?
It's a spleen and project. What's the project?
The reconstruction and the ultimate desecration of the elf into a new breed of abomination, he says.
Oh,
Sounds good.
do you want any particular make of spleen or any old?
Man spleen.
Spleen.
You want a man spleen?
It must be
The man's spleen.
suitably dead,
But undamaged.
undamaged. Yes, yes.
How old? Is it better if it's fresh?
Not too fresh, no. Nice and dead, but not decayed. Undecayed, dead man spleen.
Right. So Ragbut will go into an explanation of where we're not allowed to stab them, which bits of the body we don't stab them
Yeah,
in, which bits of the body we can stab them in.
Okay.
But then I can just get in a stranglehold till it dies. But no stabbing in the splenal area.
Where is Charles? He asks one of the kobolds. The kobold fanatic looks up from its argument about the proper ordering of the alphabet and shrinks back in fear. So, no, I haven't seen him. Sorry. He left this though, and there's this really long list of how to reorganise K and L. And he looks down at it, and goes, "Ah, yes, Dewey Decimal."
Would I think he would know if there was a difference between a pig and a human spleen?
Do you, Shagbok, think you would know?
I don't know.
That's such a quandary of a question. I don't even know where to start. I mean,
I would know, right? From
I
a
think
job.
I would know because of
Job.
healing.
I mean, let's be fair to Shagbok. Shagbok ain't dumb, is he really? You know, I mean, this Lich is supposedly a master of the dark arcane arts and a necromancer amongst other things. He's going to know the difference between a pig spleen and a human spleen, you think?
We can't give the little shitbag a fake pig spleen.
I don't want to give him a fake spleen. I want to kill a man. And
Yeah,
have a
me
spleen.
too. Me too.
We haven't killed anything for ages.
No.
But I whispered to you.
Getting
He's talking
withdrawn.
about Caleb. Talking about Caleb again.
Who?
That man, that elf man, that one in the mud.
Oh, sure, but he's talking about like resurrecting him and making him an abomination. Sounds great.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds fun.
Yeah.
The Lich is at this moment busy supervising the kobolds in the absence of Charles. He is explaining the finer points of the Dewey Decimal System to them. No, you put the decimal point here, you see, and that represents... No, never mind that. No, forget that. No, here. So you've made your book withdrawal request? Is that what you've just done?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Left a note for Charles. Made sure that those guys know that it's Charles, because I don't trust Tate and Lyle and Billington to find them. But they're arguing over what alphabet it is, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So,
fair play.
in the request, and leave that with Charles.
I'd say actually there probably was a book withdrawal request box on one of the shelves.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And you could just put it in the slot.
Yeah, okay.
It's secure there. You don't have to entrust it to a Kobold fanatic librarian.
Oh,
I don't think it's a good.
even better.
Yeah. And right. So what's next then? In that case.
Well, if we think the goopy shit has cooled down enough, then let's put it in jars and trug back out into the bloody swamp.
Yeah. Let's fast forward a bit of time, because it's hours and bloody hours before the unguent is properly cooled. You popped it in one of the window ledges, or so it's basically outside, cooling
But
off.
you put it in the river partially.
That's an excellent
yeah.
idea. Yes, so you could pop out. You're on the right floor, and sort of like pop it into the lake. Yes, brilliant.
Yeah.
I love that. And down by the shore. Let's. You're going out there, I presume.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah, sooner we can get going.
The
We
better.
don't want to be traipsing around in the middle of the night. I mean, we don't care. But if we're doing that, I'm having a nap in the day.
Oh, I've grabbed a Kobold fanatic by mistake.
So it's alright, we've kicked him in the river.
Sure. Oh, let me grab Charles because he is outside. Conveniently, he sat on the water's edge paddling.
Okay.
In a sleep,
we know
I
this.
hope.
Yes, his feet gone to sleep.
No, the sleepy river is below San Goring. Above, it's not sleepy. Below, it's sleepy.
Cool.
Go figure how that happens. But you had heard that it was the source of the enchantment, so there seems to be some truth to that rumour.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
He's just sat there, and he looks up as you come over, and he's scratching away in a book with his pen. Pops it into his bag, looks up, stands up, and you can get the jars, get the unguent, put it in there. Actually hisses with steam for a bit. And this is going to rapidly aid the sort of like cooling off, and then you can, if you wish, sort of like start scooping it into the jars.
Yeah.
Get it packaged up, all nice and secure. Who is being entrusted with the basket of unguent jars?
Not me.
Probably Jabir can. I mean, even though we've divvied it up into jars, it's still like a ton of stuff, isn't it?
We don't have the cauldron though, which is adding a lot of weight.
Yeah.
True.
But if we can put it in the basket, the wicker basket, and then just like, pad it out with like, I don't know, straw or something, so they don't smash into each other.
Absolutely. You can do all that. And I find the whole notion of encumbrance tedious. So just put it in your trappings, but don't give it an encumbrance, because.
How many jars have we got?
A dozen? 12. Yeah.
Okay.
And you can. Once you've got. Oh! I think Ragrot disappeared off the face of the earth then for a second. And they're back. Brilliant.
Really?
I don't know what happened there.
You
That
dropped
was
off. That's right. It happens to the Lich all the time. Yeah, so you've got everything all sorted out in terms of your jars of unguent, safely sort of like packaged up. Charles. I don't. Do you need me?
Of course.
Yeah.
Yes, we do.
Yes.
You know
we
the
do.
territory.
Well, I do. That's true, I suppose, and it is nice to stretch the old legs and get out from under the feet of the kobolds. They are so
You
tiresome.
might be useful.
What are you doing? You got something in your eye.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm smiling at my
It's your
friend.
finger.
Easy mistake to make. Well, let's set off then. Can grab the coracle. So the lighter amongst us, sort of like, because you want to get over onto the other side, because you found that was a much better way.
Yeah.
Although Jabir, you're probably going to have to maneuver this tree trunk, turn it into another bridge. And then you can make your way south and east, and loop around. I'll take a navigate roll, please, just to make sure.
Somebody give him an assist. Do you need it?
Absolutely an assist.
I'm just looking to see what I can assist with.
I don't know how my navigate is. I'll have a look.
I don't think I've got navigate.
I do.
No, but
Let's see.
yeah, but can assist you with something else.
Yeah, I've got survival, but
Yeah, perfect. Do that for an assist.
yeah, I'm practicing that as well. So
Nice.
D10.
Nice. Yes, a D10. Yeah.
Nope.
Mhm.
I mean, that would have made it a crit fail, but
Ignore him.
Yeah,
Take
you
no
have
notice.
to.
He doesn't know what he's talking about.
You have to draw upon the recollection of the stars that you saw, sort of like the other day, last sort of like evening, and you bring them back to mind. And you know, it's a bit of a drizzly sort of like late afternoon by the time you sort of like set off and track your way back to the swamp. And we'll pick up things and see how you get on with your mission to undo the harm to the poor Timor.
Tim.
Yeah, Tim the Kraken. Yeah, Timor, in fact, is the Elvish word for watcher. That's where he gets his name from.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Not heard it.
Yeah, of course. Yes, absolutely. Fluent in Elvish. And see how you get on with locating man's spleen.
Man's
Yeah.
Give us man's.
And hopefully,
Yes.
yeah, man's spleen soup maybe could be made at some point. Hopefully learn more about Jabir's mysterious past as well.
Yeah.
Mm.
Nice.
Marvellous.
Interesting.
Yeah. Right.
That's cool.